Welcome to The Switch, podcasts that are wired to online and offline marketing.
Alrighty, welcome back to The Switch, wired for online and offline marketing. We just learned so much about the stunt world, and we're about to learn a little bit more, hopefully, with the help of some people in your industry. Stunt people's, stunt men and women's website aren't like the pinnacle of web design.
No.
I mean, you don't hear much about them.
No.
So I thought it'd be really interesting just to check out a few of them and give a little bit of a website review on some of them.
Some competition.
Maybe Nigel will actually learn something from us today. Okay, so the first one, Stuntpark.
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 Oh, it's like a show, is it?
No, Stuntpark is in Queensland.
Oh, okay.
It's
No, it's,
is it?
well, it's
It looks like they're performing live. Or
yeah. I mean, they are performers. They do stunt training.
Yeah, Stuntpark's in Queensland. That guy's called. Yeah, I know who runs it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And using video as a bit of a draw card.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can
Setting
actually
people on fire. It's a good way to get people's attention, I suppose.
phone these guys and get trained up to be a stunt guy. I think Nigel's going, not sure if that's going to happen. But from a website perspective, straight away, Stuntpark, you don't really know. See, we're just guessing. We're just guessing what these guys. I think
you guys can inform me. I think that you tell me right. If somebody looks on your website, you've got basically a little window for them to
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Absolutely.
Right. So this guy's opened up with probably the hardest, not the hardest, but the most spectacular stunt of being fire.
Yep.
So they've thought about it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and they've got little guys going, yeah, I want to be set on fire. Let's open this scene up. Let's open this website up.
Yeah, but Wayne actually thought it was a show, so he thought these guys were show performers. Then said no.
Well, it just looks like they're on a stage. Obviously, this might have been part of something they've already done, but I'm thinking, because it says Stuntpark, I'm going, okay, so what are these guys putting on stunt performances?
Yeah.
Or are they training people? Or are they just stunt people
Well, it's made questions in your mind, hasn't it? So it's really, I mean,
you just don't know.
You don't know.
And there's no context to this video as well. You don't.
Exactly.
There's no text to it.
So it makes you click on it. Okay, what do they do?
Oh, does it though?
Well,
yeah.
Does it? I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, this is for you guys. What does it make you feel?
Yeah.
No. I don't mind. I don't mind vision too. As you open a website, but I'm not a big fan of repetitiveness. So I think if you're going to do vision, it would be good to slide away to different things and more variation. But at the moment, I'm not sure what these guys do. So I'm going to have to either go walking and looking on
I'd
this
say
site.
what you've done is gone stunts and websites and lots of stuff, and you've gone, okay, these ones have probably been up top of the list, but it doesn't give you the area you're looking at. I mean, you might be looking at employing somebody, you might be looking at training somebody. So it's not quite accurate.
No.
So just so you know, I mean, 60 to 80% of all traffic for your particular keyword comes through the top 3 ranks. So if you pop in 1, 2, or 3 of Google, you're 60 to 80% going to get most of that traffic.
And it depends on how much you pay. Is that right?
No, that's organic.
Yeah.
Okay.
People tend to prefer organic results than paid results. But when they land on your website, you've got
ads, haven't you?
You do have ads, yeah. But when they land on your website, you've got to obviously show a few things. You've got to show trust. You've got to show engagement. You've got to give a great first impression. You've got to let people know and identify with themselves on the website.
Yeah, so for me, evolving as a stunt guy involves technology. So part of that is promoting myself.
Yep.
And I'm at the moment now changing my website, trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I didn't actually visit your website. Actually.
No, I'm just developing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
You're doing it yourself?
Well, I've got my. No, I'd like somebody to do it. Look, I've got my show reel, and now because I'm a stunt coordinator, I have to have, like, when I go to producers, this is my,
Yes.
this is what I can do.
Yep.
So I want to be cutting edge.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm aware of that first 8 seconds. So how can you get the people to look at your site to go to the next level?
And
Absolutely.
So I'm really into that.
Yep.
It's really important for me.
And you know the way you do that?
No.
Because obviously your audience is obviously going to be potential employers, potential people who are actually going to, So you need a credibility, what we call a credibility slider because every movie is branded and everyone recognizes the brands of the movies. So having a credibility slider of all the logos of your movies above the fold. So do you know the fold? The fold is obviously this top area here.
Yes.
Yeah. Having that as one of the critical ways you're going to engage your audience, because your audience is going to be looking for that.
Yeah, they're going to see the movies you've worked on.
Absolutely.
And that's the catch. That's the official.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're talking about user experience, and that's what we specialize in at Burning Fruit, user experience is all about engaging your audience and making sure you tick all the emotional goals.
Yep.
And ticking all their practical goals. So when they look for a Stuntman website, they've got some preconceived ideas in their minds as to what they expect to see.
Sure.
And what you want to do is satisfy those, because they'll stay on your website longer. They'll say, "Oh, these goals have been satisfied. I'm going to see if I can satisfy some more." Like, what are his rates, or how long has he been doing it, and does he do car stunts, and does he jump off high dive cliffs, and does he set himself on fire? So there's a number of what we call a user journey. So and a lot of tradies, for example, they say contact me on every single panel. Right. But you got to understand the mindset of the person who's taking the journey. You got the first panel. If you got your logo slider, if you got the matrix there, you want to be able to link to a page specifically about your role on the matrix, what they were looking for, what stunts you did, and were they happy with your work, and then having a little bit of a show reel of the matrix and doing that for every single page. Absolutely. And then having a little bio on the homepage, like a short bio about yourself. I'm talking about how long you've been doing it, how you got into it.
And create emotion.
Getting to know the person. Other things that you do on a particularly hard stunt could be a case study on your homepage, so they can see what your capability is.
So I personally know some stunt guys that aren't very good, but their web page looks magnificent. But that only can get you so far.
Well, if they're not very good, then possibly they might get found out and then might not get hired.
Especially we're lucky because we've got a small industry.
And
the word gets around. But I mean, somebody who sells, carpets or wherever it might be, the website is everything because they don't know you yet. They see the website.
That's right. So coming back to this website, does it do the job? Does it encourage me if I want to be a particular stunt? If I want to train to be a stunt person, does it do what it's supposed to do?
Or if I'm looking for a stunt person?
Well, it
definitely gets your attention. Does it give me enough information? If I'm rushed for time, will I move on?
What are they trying to achieve here? I mean, they're trying to achieve fire burns. What are they trying to sell?
Exactly right. That's my problem with it. I have to go delving to find out.
What do you see, Steve?
I don't see a call to action. I'll tell you that. I don't know where to go from here.
Exactly.
I would. Call to action is really important. Action adventure for everyone. I don't really understand what they're trying to achieve there as well. With a heading, there should be some subtext to put that into context.
Quite repetitive.
It is. But I need a link or a button to take me somewhere.
There's no contact.
No. Well, a click here, but it's not going to the contact page. It's to something which is relevant to my journey.
Sure.
So I'll scroll down, and you got Stuntpark.
They've already lost you.
They've already lost me. Absolutely, they have.
If I've got time to browse, then I'll look through. But if I was looking for quick information, I might have just moved on.
That's right. I mean, this is the hero panel here, where you got all those things, but they haven't actually embellished any of these titles. So weekly training, you need some sort of leading text for people to actually click on there. And you know what? I can't actually click on there.
No, they're not clickable.
They're not clickable.
So they are
clickable. They are clickable.
We're really roasting Stuntpark.
Yeah, Stuntpark aren't great. I mean, it doesn't look like they're clickable at all.
So they should have hired you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I mean, this panel here needs to replace this panel here.
Move it up.
Yeah, you've got to move it up, because the earlier in the piece, what we do is heat map all our websites so we can see how far people actually scroll down, and it gets darker as you go down the page.
Yeah.
So putting the real critical information where you got stuff for kids, stuff for adults, corporate parties, you want to move that straight up the page, and you want it to encroach on the header panel.
Yes.
Otherwise, a lot of people, we do studies with real people as well, and a lot of people who would stop scrolling right at this point because they don't know that there's anything below.
What's going on?
Yeah,
that's right.
It's going to fight. It's obviously on fire.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Action experiences, which is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Stunt training, but there's very little design, and very little engagement.
It's interesting. It's a whole new industry.
Yeah, I mean, between these are two separate subjects, here and here, and they should be set in separate panels. If they're their best sellers, they need to be in separate panels, and they need to be designed. So it's just all black.
Yep.
There's no separation. There's no break for the eye to actually read anything in particular. I mean, the images are okay. But overall, fairly bland.
So this is an experience type scenario. This is like,
No, this is a stunt course.
Oh, okay. All right. So for kids as well.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but there's a stunt experience. I think you have to be a certain age to do the stunt course. It's a stunt course they set up. That's how they make money.
Oh, cool.
Okay, here's a second one. We will go through the same thing here. So the International Stunt School.
Where is that? That's in
USA.
United Stuntmen's Association, USA.
Yeah, USA. So yeah, they're an International Stunt School. Wowza. I mean, it's basically telling them what it is, which is pretty cool. It's very, very targeted. It's a school for stunt people.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
I know what's happening straight away.
Yeah.
So a little bit old school, a little bit dated looking. Definitely.
Very dated looking website. I mean, these.
I know this company.
Oh, do you? Yeah. They really should have links for each of these particular show images. They should have links to what they're actually doing. I don't know what that guy's doing, but having some context around the imagery is so important to make people.
So it's like a mouse over effect. The mouse goes over it, then it changes color, then a heading or a bit of text that's relatable to the image comes up.
Absolutely. Now in our 29th year, which is pretty cool.
Yep. So they're well established and obviously been in the business for some time.
Yeah. We offer these 2 courses, so they're really, really, really specific.
Yeah.
The stunt performer, and then the aerial intensive course. Okay, so they're specialised in 2 particular courses, which is pretty cool. But again, if you're going down to this page here, this part of the website here, it's not.
It's too full on.
It's too full on.
I don't know where to look.
I mean, instead of listing everything, just have your showcase.
Yeah.
Your showcase films.
It's old school.
It's very, very old school.
Just a straight up list.
Yeah. And again, what are the calls to action? You got 2 for the courses here, but you've got to learn about the school. You've got to be able to trust the school.
So the aerial work would be a lot of the stuff you're doing, say for green screens and stuff like that. Yeah. Would it be?
Well, Steve's right. I mean, you've got to have that first initial hook, 8 seconds. I mean, it can't be old school. It can't be something too out there. You've got to have something pretty real and that catches the eye.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you've got to have something that can other links straight away. Oh, this is not my expertise, that go into the main parts, and that you can imagine that story just keeps on going and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a whole journey and an experience. You lead them to where you need them to go.
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
Overall, it's a very, very. It seems just old school. It seems dated. It doesn't seem like it's been updated for a while, even though they are putting blogs in, applications for 2022. It really could do with an overhaul, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from stunt guys, but usually if you're doing a stunt school, you probably hire somebody to do all your marketing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's
it.
right. Yeah, it seems like
they might have done, but they're just not very good.
They're not very good. Yeah, trust me. There are a lot of web companies just shove everything out there.
Defy
expectations. Okay, I have no idea what that back
Hollywood
image is.
Stuntworks. Okay.
Another American.
Yep, Stuntworks. The T.
Is that some kind of drawing behind there? Looks like it.
See, that doesn't grab me.
No.
It's very bland.
Yeah, very bad. Looks
Doesn't
like
doesn't do a lot.
No.
But even with the text, the headline that says,
8711.
if you go defy expectations, you expect to see something visually to represent that or to reinforce that.
Zero safety in.
Matrix and
You need
Zero.
to put some serious imagery up there that shows all that experience, mate.
Yeah. Zero safety incidents. That could be read so many different ways, couldn't it? Yes, we do.
We do.
Well, what the heck?
Yes, we
So-
do. Oh, there we go.
We do. Whatever is.
Fire.
You guys are roasting. You're going to get in trouble.
Just so you
These guys
know,
won't employ me now.
there's a big segment of the audience looking at this site who will not click on that play button. So just be aware of that. And a lot of people get frustrated with automatically starting videos as well, and they want to turn them off.
Better because they'll buffer.
Recent projects. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's
What's that
cool.
one?
That's a
That's
nice
recent
one.
projects. It's kind of like what we were talking about. Showing the real
Yeah,
life
all the
stuff.
branding there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
A
cool.
bit better than mine, Steve.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's definitely what you need.
From the top. Oh,
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
Recent projects.
Recent
I like that.
projects. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And our story. Okay, so it begins with a side scraper. That's pretty engaging.
You know what? The
Yeah.
bottom part of this site is
It's
actually
a lot
not so
better than
bad
the top.
than the top.
Absolutely.
And why is that? The top is where all the selling is done.
Look at this. That's
That's what
cool.
we see. That's what we see first.
I love this.
Yeah.
4 decades of stunting and blowing shit up.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
cool.
very, very
like that?
cool. Yes,
That's
Yeah.
corny.
maybe,
Yeah,
but it's
Stunting and
more engaging than that.
yeah.
What was it?
blowing shit up. That's how zero safety.
Hey,
Fuck me.
so here's the businessman now. The businessman's
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, absolutely.
What was the one you wanted to go to?
Put down. I haven't had a look at this one yet. 8711. Oh, I have had a look at it.
8711.
87.
and then 11 as in the word 11. This guy does all the 87. Yep.
Yeah,
11,
that's it.
Yep, that's it. So they do all the cutting edge technology.
Whoa.
So
John
this
Wick
is
series.
John Wick stuff. Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Okay, that's a pretty cool opening.
Okay. Now, these images are grabbing me because I'm seeing
Stuff that I'm familiar with.
relative to what they do,
Absolutely.
and I'm going, oh, cool. These guys worked on this movie. You
Yeah,
know?
so these guys are probably the cutting edge of the stunt world.
Is that your camera gone?
Yeah,
Steve?
my camera's gone.
That's all right.
That's okay. We'll carry on.
Yep.
I'll turn it on when it's warm, when it's cooled down. But it's just overheated.
So okay, but I can see that they've worked on something that is something to do with the movies.
Yeah,
but
they don't.
I'm not really sure what
employ,
they do. though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't train people. They do train, but they're an elite sort of group. But they have productions. They have producers, directors. Or whatever.
Okay.
And
So why wouldn't they then use that terminology in conjunction with the images? So then when
Absolutely.
I'm looking at these images, going, "Oh, these guys have worked on these movies." Cool.
Yeah.
But I still actually don't know what they do.
there's a fine line of being cool and
Yeah.
selling things.
Yeah, that's right.
Selling shit.
Yeah.
But that could be done tastefully in this situation,
Yeah.
and they could be telling people a bit of a story
They've got to
on
tell a
each-
story.
on
Yeah.
each slide.
I remember when Matrix was out, all it was Matrix.com.
Yeah.
That was it. That was
Yeah.
the selling point.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of marketing. It was
No,
go to
no,
Matrix.com.
yeah, and that's where you find everything out.
And maybe these guys are trying to do,
Well,
be cool, be sort of stylized.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah, but
I don't
I'd have to go to the navigation or scroll down to try and find out what they did.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been so easy to add some context here,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't
Very easy.
wouldn't crowd the images.
Yeah, and especially if they sell merchandise or whatever it might be.
Yeah, absolutely. Action design.
Oh, they needed to move that. They needed to split that up. They've got to move that down. Projects and
here we
services.
go.
People
Here we
want to
go.
see what projects they're. I mean, this is a good hero panel, but
It is.
It takes up too much real estate.
Yep.
This should have been right here. These 4 and shrunk down so that all 4 fit across the page.
Yep.
It would have been so much easier.
Kicking it on the big screen.
I don't know why they've used the grey. It just because everything's dark from
Yeah.
here going down. It's dark. This has got a dark shade to it.
Yeah, they're not
It's
actually
going
lighting
dark.
up and being full brightness, are
No.
they? They're still staying quite muted.
That's right. There's no design thought in this one. I mean, because only 30% of any page is going to be red. They've got to break this up as well. They've got to put bullet points in.
Go to a site, this guy I know in Australia, it's called Stunt Action Consultants. I want to see his website.
Oh, look at that. They've muted all the logos
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
What
there's
was
a
it?
few fundamental things not quite
Stunt
right there.
Action Consultants. I'd like to hear your info about this.
You're getting a free.
He's checking out all the competition, mate. He's going, okay,
It's
what
one
do you
here?
think, mate?
Yep.
All right, that's a different way to look at it.
Yep. Lots and lots of movie images.
But what's the call to action? Where's the call to action? I don't really know.
Oh, I can see something over the middle there, but it's a bit hard to read.
Yes.
Oh, so Action
Ray
Consultants.
Anthony Stunt Action Consultants. So what do they do? I mean, what?
No, I wouldn't know. If you're in the industry, you'd probably know.
Like that's what you're talking about, the thumbtacks, aren't you? The little,
Yep.
not taking too much real estate, and they're giving you all the.
It's given us a nice little taster of the movies that they've worked on.
Yeah,
but
but-
again, what are they actually doing?
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Exactly.
A consultant can be anything. But yeah, action consultant, I'm starting to think, I would already be thinking they obviously do with stunt.
All they had to do was
Stunt.
put some subtext here to put some
Images.
context to this.
So it's a very fine line of dealing with ego too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
a lot of these guys, okay, this is me.
Yeah.
I want to showcase my things, but they're missing the point.
They're missing the point. What goals are they satisfying in
Yeah,
this particular
exactly.
header panel? They're not. And where's the call to action? I can see a down arrow there, but I don't want to scroll down because I don't really know what they do.
Mm.
So
It's really interesting.
disappointing.
I mean, I talk to guys in my industry about this sort of stuff, but you guys, being the generalised public about it, it's really interesting to hear your take because you're looking from another point of view.
Well, you have to look at the browser's point of view, the
And
buying,
from
the buying
experience.
persona.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Who's going here and why? This is a bit of a letdown too. This is
And this,
very.
this educates me
it's
because
terrible.
when I'm designing my show,
Yeah, this is a terrible part of the site. This one. No, there's no title.
No,
There's
no
no.
title.
There's no title.
Text is a bit all over the place. It's a little bit lost. Everything's lost.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rotating testimonial.
So
yeah.
the rotating testimonial is pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
But
okay.
it just needs to be designed better. It just needs to look better, a little bit more appealing. And at the moment, it's just
But if you look at the size of the testimonial, they're pretty small. So you could
Yeah.
have actually fit 3 or 4
Yeah.
in one go, so
Yeah.
you could actually get more
so
of a
it's
taste.
chunked instead of spread out right across the screen.
And people don't want to wait
Mm.
for their content; they want it there.
Is that not being educated, or is it ego? What is it?
Oh, it's probably just whoever's done it just hasn't
Just-
really known enough about it, or
Yeah.
they've not given it. They've not
There's a
given
lot
it a
of
shit.
stuff like Squarespace.
Yeah, a lot of times it's whatever they're using has parameters in it, and it doesn't give you a lot to play with.
Yeah.
So, again, as we've talked about it plenty of times, and that's why you.
But is it a case of you pay peanuts, you get monkeys?
Absolutely, that is a big thing
Massive.
in web design. Absolutely.
Massive.
Scrolling down here, fight and weapon coordinating. What a waste of real estate.
That's huge. They're
Mass-
like huge panels.
Absolutely waste.
It's like they're trying to show as much information, but they can actually do that on the next page. The click through.
Absolutely.
It's just wasting space.
Waste of space.
Oh, there's another one underneath. There's going to be more. Whoa.
Oh,
This
Look at
is
the
so
We've got
size.
to get off the site.
Yeah, look at the size
This
of
is
those
so bad.
panels.
So bad.
Okay, so
Let's
I'm
work
gonna
together.
get so much in trouble.
Yeah. So if you're going to model your website, Nigel, on any of these, don't. Please.
Or
They're
come and
awful.
speak
Get
to the
someone in who knows
professionals.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Speak to the professionals, mate.
Absolutely.
We
If you're going to
Best
we
friend.
fall over for a living.
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. Alrighty, that's a
Alright,
nice
good
little
stuff.
website roast. We'll be back.